Lesson: Legal Terminology and Interpretation in Data Protection Auditing. Legal terminology and interpretation are fundamental components in the realm of data protection auditing, particularly as organizations navigate the complex landscape of regulatory frameworks and compliance standards. Understanding and effectively applying these elements not only ensures compliance, but also fortifies an organization's data privacy posture. Data protection laws, such as the General Data Protection Regulation and the California Consumer Privacy Act, are replete with specific terminologies and clauses that auditors must decipher to accurately assess compliance. This lesson delves into the intricacies of legal terminology and interpretation in data protection auditing, providing actionable insights, practical tools, and frameworks that professionals can apply directly in their roles. A crucial aspect of data protection auditing involves understanding the statutory language found in various legal texts. These laws often contain specific definitions that delineate the scope and application of the regulation. For instance, the GDPR defines personal data as any information relating to an identified or identifiable natural person. This broad definition necessitates a comprehensive approach to data auditing, wherein auditors must identify all possible data types that could be classified as personal data. Employing data mapping tools can aid auditors in this endeavor by providing a visual representation of data flows within an organization, thereby ensuring that all data subject to protection is accounted for. Interpreting legal terminology goes beyond understanding definitions. It involves applying these definitions within the context of an organization's operations. This is where the principle of data minimization comes into play. Data minimization, a key tenet of the GDPR, mandates that personal data collected should be adequate, relevant, and limited to what is necessary for the intended purpose. Auditors must evaluate data collection practices through this lens, ensuring that organizations collect only the data that is essential for their operations. Tools like privacy impact assessments are instrumental in this process, enabling auditors to systematically assess the necessity and proportionality of data processing activities. Legal interpretation also requires a keen understanding of the rights afforded to individuals under data protection laws. The GDPR, for example, grants individuals several rights, including the right to access, rectify, erase, and port their data. Auditors must ensure that organizations have mechanisms in place to facilitate these rights. This might involve reviewing data management systems for features that allow data subjects to easily access and manage their information. Case studies have demonstrated the importance of these mechanisms. For instance, a major telecommunications company faced significant fines for failing to adequately respond to data subject access requests, highlighting the critical nature of compliance in this area. In addition to understanding and applying statutory language, data protection auditors must be adept at interpreting the legal obligations imposed on data controllers and processors. The distinction between these roles is pivotal, as each carries specific responsibilities under regulations like the GDPR. Data controllers determine the purposes and means of processing personal data, while processors act on behalf of controllers. Auditors must ensure that contractual agreements between controllers and processors clearly delineate these roles and responsibilities. Utilizing standardized contractual clauses, such as those provided by the European Commission, can facilitate compliance and mitigate risks associated with data processing activities. The dynamic nature of data protection laws necessitates ongoing vigilance and adaptation, as legal interpretations can evolve through regulatory guidance and judicial decisions. This underscores the importance of staying informed about legal developments and incorporating them into auditing practices. Engaging with professional networks and attending industry conferences can provide auditors with the latest insights and interpretations, thereby enhancing their ability to perform thorough and compliant audits. To illustrate the practical application of these concepts, consider a case study involving a multinational corporation that underwent a data protection audit. The audit revealed that while the company had robust data security measures, it failed to comply with the GDPR's requirement for explicit consent in some of its marketing practices. By revisiting the legal interpretation of consent and implementing a consent management platform, the organization was able to rectify this compliance issue and avoid potential penalties. This example highlights the critical role of legal interpretation in identifying and addressing compliance gaps. Statistical analysis further underscores the importance of effective data protection auditing. According to a study by the Ponemon Institute, the average cost of a data breach in 2021 was $4.24 million, with compliance failures cited as a significant contributing factor. This statistic emphasizes the financial implications of non-compliance and the vital role that auditors play in safeguarding an organization's financial and reputational interests. In conclusion, mastering legal terminology and interpretation is essential for data protection auditors tasked with navigating the complexities of regulatory frameworks and compliance standards. By understanding statutory language, applying legal definitions in context, and staying abreast of legal developments, auditors can effectively assess and enhance an organization's compliance posture. Practical tools and frameworks, such as data mapping, privacy impact assessments, and consent management platforms, are invaluable assets that facilitate this process, enabling auditors to address real-world challenges and protect against the costly consequences of non-compliance. The integration of these strategies into auditing practices not only ensures adherence to legal obligations, but also contributes to the broader goal of safeguarding individuals' data privacy rights.